am taking care of some cats, so if you hear some noise in the background, that's what it is. When we decide a specific goal or when we try to accomplish a specific goal, it's very important that we know our why of that goal. If you don't know your why of a specific goal, it doesn't matter how many times you try to accomplish, probability is that you will end up giving up. Maybe not, but in the majority of the cases, this is how it goes. Today, I would like to talk about something that I think it's really important for our health, and that is to get up early. I would like to talk about why it is important for our health to get up early, and then on the next part of the video we will talk about how we can accomplish to get up early. Mainly if you're a person that doesn't wake up early and you're not used to it, but you would like to. Waking up early is going to depend on your lifestyle and the type of work that you have. If you're a person that would like to wake up at 5 or 5:30, but you don't enter work until, for example, 2 p.m. and you're not home until 10:30 p.m. There's no point on you doing this, because at the end you're not going to sleep the amount of hours that you need, you're not going to have quality sleep, you're going to wake up really tired, and it's going to put your body into a very high amount of stress. So when deciding at what time you want to get up, make sure that you're sleeping the amount of hours that your body needs, because every single person is different, and also that your quality sleep is appropriate. Before jumping into the content of today's video, I just want to quickly mention why a lack of sleep can be so bad for our health. First of all, we can have memory issues, we can have issues with concentrating, we can have accidents, we can have impaired balance. We can have a weakened immunity and a high blood pressure. It can lead us to a risk of diabetes and a risk of heart disease. If you would like to know more about why a lack of sleep and not having quality sleep can be harmful for our body, let me know and I will make a video about this. But for now, let's focus on the main reasons why I think waking up early can be beneficial for our health. First, let's talk about waking up early and our mental health. Early risers have more time in the morning to do the things that they want to do before work, and they don't feel stressed and rushed into thinking that they have to go directly to work first thing in the morning. People who stay up late and hence wake up late or just wake up in time to get to work are 90% more likely to suffer from psychological disorders, and they're more at risk of having anxiety and depression. A study found that morning people have higher levels of positive affect and mental health and lowered the risk of depression and schizophrenia. Now let's talk about waking up early and the brain. As I mentioned earlier, waking up early gives you time for you to spend into things that bring you joy and calmness rather than having to rush into work. And this gives you the time so that whenever you start working, you have higher levels of concentration. The reason for this is because when you wake up does not mean that your brain also wakes up. So if you wake up and directly start working, your brain is not ready to work with you. So as I just mentioned, our brain does not wake up with us. And this is the reason why normally when we wake up we feel a bit groggy and disorientated. And this is a natural process of the brain called inertia. And it can last 1 hour or more. This is why when you create your morning routine, studies suggest that you give yourself at least 2 hours before work to do the things that you like and to do things that don't require a lot of concentration, and give your brain enough time to wake up so that when you work, your brain is ready and you will improve not only your concentration but your efficiency and your productivity. Next is waking up early and our physical health. Normally people who wake up early take time in their morning routine to work out. Now, I want to take a moment here and mention that it is not necessary for you to work out early in the morning just because other people do. As I always mention, every single person is different, and what may work for other people does not necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. Although I will suggest you to try and work out in the morning. And the reason for this is because of all the health benefits that it has, such as reducing stress and anxiety and stimulating endorphins first thing in the morning so that you're ready to go ahead with your day. This production of endorphins act as natural painkillers and improve your mood. A study found that night owls, not always of course, but generally night owls tend to have a very poor diet and very low physical performance. And lastly but not least, waking up early and cancer. So there's not a direct link between waking up early and the reduce of cancer, but waking up early leads to several health benefits that do reduce the risk of cancer. Regular sleep and accurate sleep duration, it's extremely important for our circadian rhythm, which is basically our internal clock. Disruptions in our circadian rhythm, such as those caused by irregular sleep patterns and chronic sleep deprivation, have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. One reason for this is because the circadian rhythm plays a very important role in some physiological processes, such as cell division, DNA repair, and immune function. When the circadian rhythm is disrupted, these processes may not work optimally, and this can increase the probability of cancer development or progression. Another thing to take into account is melatonin. This hormone plays a role in the sleep-wake cycle and has been suggested to have protective effects against cancer. Waking up late or prolonged light exposure in the evening can suppress the melatonin production, hence its protective properties against cancer. Another thing is hormonal imbalances, which can happen when we have sleep disturbances, such as waking up late. For example, the production and regulation of the hormones cortisol, insulin, and estrogen can be disrupted. And these hormonal imbalances have been linked to a higher risk of prostate cancer and breast cancer. And of course, it wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't mention this, but sleep disturbances can affect our immune system. Chronic sleep deprivation and irregular sleep patterns have been associated with impaired immune responses, inflammation, and decreased of natural killer cell activity. And these play a role in the immune surveillance against cancer cells. So I think by now we can understand why waking up early and taking care of your sleep quality is very important for our overall health. Now let's move on to the next part of the video, which is seeing how we can get up early and how we can slowly build the habit of waking up early, especially for the people that are not used to this. The first thing is to know your why. Set up the why of getting up early. This will increase the chances of you actually achieving the goal of getting up early. Second, work on a gradual adjustment. So let's say that right now you're waking up at like 8:30 in the morning and your goal is to wake up at 5:30. Don't try to wake up directly at 5:30 because most probably you're gonna get tired, you're not used to it, and you're going to end up giving up. So what I would say is to slowly change the time that you wake up. For instance, what I do, or what I did back in the day when I was working really hard to wake up early, I changed the timetable for only 30 minutes. So if you're waking at 8, set up your alarm at 7:30 for a week. See how that works, and once you're ready, go to waking up at 7 and do it for a week. And once you're ready, move on to a little bit earlier. The next is consistent bedtime routine. So in order to wake up early, it's important that you go to bed early and that you do this every night. It's important to not only work on waking up early, but as I mentioned before, making sure that you are sleeping the right amount of hours and that you are having a good quality sleep. So at night, make sure you have a night routine, and that the goal of this night routine is to tell your body that it's time to unwind, that it's time to calm down and to get ready to sleep. So try to avoid activities that are too exciting, like, I don't know, a TV show that is very exciting. Try to make the ambience look like you're ready to fall asleep, and reduce the blue light as much as possible. The reason for this is melatonin. If you do not limit your light exposure in the evening, this will interfere with your melatonin production and it will make it harder for you to fall asleep. Next step here is consistency. Consistency is really key. I know it will be very hard in the beginning, but really try to maintain these new times that you set for you, the going to bed time and the morning wake up time. There will be days that it will be hard to fall asleep. There will be days that you will wake up a bit later of what you actually wanted, but you need to keep pushing through and work on those 2 times that you set consistently until you're used to them. So this way it will be easier to work on the next ones. And of course, you need to be patient and persistent. These changes in your sleep habits, it's gonna take time and it's going to take a lot of effort. So you need to be very patient with yourself and try not to discourage yourself or to push yourself too hard if it doesn't go the way you want to. Just test a few things out, trust the process, and see how you're doing in the different tests that you perform for yourself. So this way it will be easier for you. And finally, to make it more fun, You can refer to a friend or a family member or your partner for motivation and accountability. And also maybe you can remind yourself of all the health benefits that we talked in today's video in order for your motivation to keep on going into waking up at the time that you actually want to wake up. I just want to finish by saying that you need to remember that sleep needs and preferences are going to vary among different people. So it's important that you prioritize the amount of hours of sleep and the good quality sleep according to you. It's important that you listen to your body's signals. So during this test that you're going to do, just try to listen and learn from your body so that you can really know exactly what do you need to have a good, proper sleep. Now I'm going to end the video here. I really hope that you found this valuable and that you liked it. As always, I'm more than happy to hear your experiences, and if you have any suggestions, so please write them in the comment sections below. I will be more than happy to read them. And I wish you a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!